Okay, well, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. The first thing I'd like to do is just switch on under other business. I'd like to move that to the top. If we could approve the minutes of the February 22nd meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
So second.
Any discussion? Any discussion on the minutes?
No.
Anyone voting against the minutes? Any abstentions? Okay, then I think they're approved. Okay, well, let's get right into the ARPA discussion. Are there any questions about the things that I brought up in the joint meeting, or any questions that Jack mentioned?
No, they all seem very reasonable, so there wasn't anything that's sticking out. Not that, I guess it's just the package at any rate, but it all seemed very reasonable.
Mac, will that be the presentation that you give to the RTM?
Yes, I hopefully be a little more polished, but yes, that'll be. I'll go in and I'll have. I was reading off of the spreadsheet, and I'll have it a little more easier, so I can not fumble through it so much. But yes, I thought I'd go through those items. I think it's better than just to say lump it all together. I think just break it out.
I think it's good because I think it's important, especially since the purpose to the sense I have about ARPA is to affect, infrastructure, but as well as the public health and safety, the services that we are involved with. So highlighting that, I think, is really important of, rather than here's the money it's going, this is what we think, this is what we're going to use it for, and this is how it's going to benefit the town, and how it goes through useful, very worthwhile purposes towards what the intent was of the whole proposal.
Right. Well, I think Jack did a good job of explaining kind of the big picture of how this money falls into place. Why do we have it? How can we use it? Can it be used for certain things that someone might question it? How does that do? What does that do with COVID? That kind of thing. I thought he handled that really well.
Mac, Jim Cameron,
Yes.
could you explain the process of determining which organizations in town will meet the criteria, like food insecurity, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, I think there's going to be a process of application. I don't know if it's going to be through the senior center. It's probably going to be through the Human Services Department, but I think they'll have from what I read anyway, Lois.
I was talking to Jack about that this afternoon. He said it's going to be a separate, I don't know if it's a commission, but a separate group that will review all of there'll be a grant application process, and it'll all be reviewed by a committee to determine who's going to do what. So it's not going to any specific department that we currently have in place, but there'll be representatives of most of the key departments in the town that would be involved with it. Jim, does that answer your question?
Certainly does. Thank you, Lois.
Welcome.
You're on the case, as always.
I have a question. I don't know how relevant it is, but for the fire department and the portable that they're going to be purchasing for the classroom, is that an actual portable classroom like the schools have been using for years and years?
I believe it's going to be one of the portables that the schools are getting rid of.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Are they
Town already owns it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That was my question, because my question is, why aren't they reusing a portable? So thank you.
Well, I think that I remember years ago when we looked at those portables, they were in pretty lousy shape, and the concept of moving them was not something that sounded like a great idea. So I think the money's there to be used to create a portable classroom. And the idea is to use one of those, but if that doesn't pan out, then they will try and do something else.
Okay.
Lois,
Okay.
I believe that some of the portables at one of the schools, and I can't remember, Hindley or whichever, some of the portables are truly portable still, and some of them are not.
Yeah.
And I was joking with somebody on Board of Finance, who should remain nameless, that the ones that can't be moved, we should have a lottery, and the fire department should come down and preside over a huge bonfire.
SWAT event.
But but some of them can still be moved.
Okay. I think it
So
was
that'd
the
be-
age of them that was really part of that determining factor, not just whether they were designed that way, but the fact that they've been there for so long. But
Well,
hopefully,
if they can survive being moved up to the training center, I guess they're usable.
yeah.
If they fall apart on the road and avenue, we'll see what happens.
Well, as we were talking about that, I was thinking about the fact that that's not an easy haul to get it up to where they have to go. So it's not like just moving it down the street. So it'll be interesting. You can film it and we'll have a whole event to watch it, right?
There you go. We can get the crew ready. Warm
Right.
up the camera, boys.
That'll make people nervous.
Good. I see Mike's logged on. Mike, you there?
Yeah, we should be.
Yeah. Mike was placed on our committee like 2 months ago, and he'd been using, he was given a town email address, and it was not activated. So here I'm sending him emails all the time, and he, I didn't get anything back that it was not going through. So it was a big miscommunication. But welcome, Mike.
Hi, thank you. I'm sorry I'm late tonight, but I had a work conference call that just ended, so I apologize.
Well, you're here in time to vote, so.
Oh. That's terrible.
But Jim, another plug for the video. It really is impressive, the quality of it, and really seeing all the things that the each fire department is talking about.
Thanks, Mac.
And Jim, we'll try and say something in the RTM meeting.
Okay. Do you want a motion on this, Mr. Chairman?
That'd be great.
I would move that we approve the ARPA grants as presented before us. Yeah.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay. Are there any no votes or abstentions? Okay. Well, I think it's unanimous. Okay. So on Monday night, I'll make a presentation. Jack will do like he did tonight. He'll bring the motion to the floor and give it its due, and then I'll be asked to come up and I'll talk about these particular things. And then I think there'll be others too. Isn't Park and Rec's doing one also?
Yes.
There'll be other committees as well.
I'd like to make a suggestion to Mike that this meeting is being recorded, and I'm sure Jim will be happy to send all of us the link to our meeting, and maybe you could watch it and feel like you're up to date, at least for this meeting.
That would be great. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't have any other announcements on. I don't think we need to have a meeting at 7 o'clock on Monday night because we basically are doing our business tonight. So if it's all right, I'll go ahead and cancel that meeting.
Very good.
Okay. So a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay. I think we're good on that. So thank you. Thanks everyone. Thanks Lois for setting this Zoom call up.
Thanks,
And,
Lois. Thanks, Mac.
Great job, man. Thank you.
Thank